Vivo today announced its first Series T smartphone in the Indian market. Unlike most sub 20k Vivo handsets, the T1 5G will be a Flipkart exclusive and won't be made available for purchase in the offline market. The sub 20k smartphone is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 695 5G processor and runs Android 12 out of the box. Another highlight of the Vivo T1 5G is its 120Hz IPS LCD display, a feature mostly available on value flagship and flagship smartphones. Since we have started testing this budget 5G handset, we thought to give you our first impressions before we bring our detailed review. So let's get started. This newly designed packaging houses the Vivo T1 5G and its accompanying accessories. The first thing you get to see in the box is a cardboard that houses a warranty card and other important documentation. Then we have the typical silicone case that should offer some degree of protection to the smartphone. However, I would recommend you to look for a good quality third-party case for your smartphone. And here we have the T1 5G wrapped inside this layer of plastic. We have got the black color variant, but you can also buy the phone in a very colorful option which is called Rainbow Fantasy. Then you see the 18-watt power brick with readings mentioned on it and a Type-C data cable. And lastly, you do get a SIM card ejector tool. Vivo T1 5G is touted as the slimmest 5G smartphone in under 20k price segment. The handset has a thickness of 8.25mm, yet it packs a big 5000 mAh battery cell. Since the phone is made up of plastic, it feels very light and comfortable to hold. However, the big screen makes it a bit difficult to use the smartphone with one hand. The smartphone has been launched in two color finishes, Starlight Black and Rainbow Fantasy. We are testing the former and it looks pretty attractive. The black variant has a more upmarket and elegant feel to it, but since design is very subjective, your thoughts can vary. The T1 5G has a flat profile, big rectangular camera setup is placed at the top, and the back panel flaunts a sparkle matte finish texture that doesn't gather any fingerprints. In the sub 20k price segment, you either get a vivid AMOLED screen with a dated 60Hz refresh rate or an average LCD panel with a modern 120Hz refresh rate. The Vivo T1 5G chose the second to offer a fluid user experience, but in the process compromise the overall screen performance. The 6.58 inches Full HD Plus display does feel smooth while scrolling and navigating throughout the UI, but it lacks the vividness and good viewing angles of an OLED panel. Colors look cooler by default and even the touch response is very average. We will spend some more time with the phone to evaluate its display performance in details. Let's talk about the camera. So this smartphone offers a triple lens camera setup with a feature-rich camera application. There's a 50 megapixel primary camera, a 2 megapixel bokeh sensor and a 2 megapixel macro lens. The high resolution pictures have plenty of resolved details and show natural colors. The 2 megapixel bokeh sensor won't blow your mind but will serve the job well if the available lighting is pretty good. You can also apply various filters to the portraits you capture in real time, and some of the filters are really good. A dedicated night mode is also given. However, it is worth mentioning that it only works with 6GB and 8GB RAM models. So if you really like nighttime photography, don't spend your money on the 4GB model of the Vivo T1 5G. Moving on, you can shoot crisp 1080p 60fps videos and make the most out of this camera hardware with a dedicated Pro mode. The 2 megapixel macro sensor takes you closer to the subject and can deliver usable pictures in good lighting. Check out some camera samples shot on the Vivo T1 5G. The Vivo T1 5G is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 695 chipset. The fairly new octa-core SoC is built using 8nm fabrication process and has a maximum clock speed of up to 2.2 GHz. Vivo has announced 3 RAM variants for the smartphone: 4GB, 6GB and 8GB with standard 128GB built-in memory. The Vivo T1 5G is one of the very few smartphones to run Android 12 out of the box, which is a very good thing about this sub 20k handset. We found the smartphone to be a bit sluggish in our initial tests. The UI navigation, apps loading and switching felt somewhat slower than expected. Moreover, the smartphone has a very average haptic feedback. We will give you a clear picture about the smartphone's performance in our detailed review. Buying a 5G handset makes much more sense now as India will get 5G networks by the start of 2023. Vivo T1 5G is indeed a 5G smartphone, but it only supports two 5G bands, N77 and N78. Now we do expect the N78 to be the dominant 5G band in the country, but more clarity is awaited from the authorities and leading telecom companies. If you have made up your mind to buy a 5G smartphone, it is better to get one with a wide 5G band support to get better returns of your investment. In that case, the Vivo T1 5G simply falls short of expectations and isn't the one we would wholly recommend. As far as other connectivity features are concerned, the Vivo T1 5G supports dual band Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 5.1 but lacks both FM and NFC. So guys, the Vivo T1 5G has some kick-ass features for a sub 20k smartphone that can turn some heads in the online market. But the phone also seems to have its fair share of compromises. We would recommend you to wait for our comprehensive review to make a decision. Till then, keep watching more tech videos on Gizbot. This is Rohit Arora signing off.